First place. The best graphics cards are cheaper than 200 lower mid-end. We consider the Sapphire Pulse RX 578 GG5 to be the best graphics card in the low-cost category. Modern budget gaming systems should provide a comfortable FPS for any project, at least with medium graphics quality settings if the picture is displayed in Full HD resolution. At the same time, planning to build such an economy version of a game station, it makes sense to focus on video cards with 8 GB of memory on board. According to many specialized experts and experienced gamers, accelerators based on Radeon RX 570 chips are a reasonable choice. The range of relevant offers is quite large, and our sympathies are on the side of Sapphire brand products. At a very competitive price, the recommended graphics cards are already overclocked in the factory and equipped with an effective cooling system. In addition, there are two versions of the Pulse RX 578G with a different combination of output ports. The 11266-36 has a DVI. Of course, related models from the Nitro line will be a little cooler, but such an accelerator will cost a couple of thousand more. The main advantages: the amount of video memory with a margin of a couple of years, sufficient performance for Full HD, low noise. Minuses: modest potential for further overclocking. At maximum load, the noise of the fans becomes noticeable. Possible slight squeak of chokes. Second place. Of the video cards based on the Radeon RX 560 GPU, the most interesting are models overclocked in the factory and equipped with 4 GB of memory. Asus turned out to be the most operational of the manufacturers. We give preference to its offer. This is a joke. The real reason is more prosaic. The named accelerator has the highest operating frequencies and a fairly efficient heat pipe cooling system. In addition, Asus engineers have traditionally equipped their designs with a special connector that allows you to control an additional case fan. In terms of performance, the card is somewhere in the middle between devices on the GTX 1050 and GTX 1050 Ti. Using it with resolutions of 2K and higher will be uncomfortable, but for Full HD it is just right. The main advantages: efficient and relatively quiet cooling system, high quality element base, the ability to control one of the case fans. Minuses: a modest set of interfaces. Models in lineup: Asus Radeon RX 560 OC 4GB 1336 MHz, Asus Radeon RX 560 OC 4GB 1285 MHz. Third place. Sapphire Pulse Radeon RX 550. The video card is an ultra budget as it is. Unlike all other AMD GPUs of the 500th series, the RX 550 has no predecessor and is a stripped down version of the Radeon RX 560. Video cards based on it are positioned as a worthy solution for esports, and due to its compactness and reduced power consumption, as an excellent option for building home media centers (HTPC). They are not suitable for heavy games, although they can be used with minimal quality settings for the displayed image. In this case, we strongly recommend finding the opportunity and purchasing a version with 4 GB of memory. To watch the video and other needs, 2 GB are enough. Despite the factory overclocking and a fairly simple cooling system, the Sapphire video card is notable for the low noise generated under heavy load. The main advantages: compact size, relatively quiet. Cons: under load it heats more than its competitors. Fourth place. The best video cards are from 200 to 300 upper mid-end. Sapphire Nitro RX 598 G15090 for model 11289-0120G. It is not an open budget yet, but it is also impossible to consider Radeon RX 590 GPUs as middle-class representatives. Video cards based on them will be of interest to you if the game image is planned to be displayed in maximum 2K resolution, and then with a moderate average frame rate. If we take into account the traditional gluttony of AMD products, the presence of such a model of a high-quality cooling system will not be out of place. There are several options, but the SB design seemed to be the best, which the Nitro accelerators from Sapphire can boast of. 4 heat pipes. An efficient heatsink that removes heat not only from the processor and memory chips, but also from the RAM, which on the back side of the board also cools individually. Reliable double-row ball bearings. Finally, it is not surprising that the Nitro RX 598G video cards demonstrate a relatively low level of heating and low operating noise at the same time. The spectacular appearance of the device is already a bonus. The main advantages: Noise level of 40 dBA even with boost. Maximum 75C during continuous use. Normal cooling of VRM modules. Great for budget modding. Minuses. Increased power consumption. Low overclocking potential. 5th place. GeForce GTX 1660T Ventus XS6 GeoC. To obtain a smooth game picture on two 5K monitors or with satisfactory FPS at 4K in the ultra graphics, you should look towards the GeForce GTX 1660T video cards. Such accelerators do not support hardware ray tracing, but this is an insignificant minus since it is impractical to use the indicated technology even in mid-budget gaming systems. If in your preferences you are more inclined to a low noise level rather than to the possibility of additional overclocking, we recommend that you pay attention to the MC Ventus line. Its representatives are clearly quieter than their direct competitors, but squeezing the increased frequencies out of them is very problematic. Firstly, chips from Micron are used as memory microcircuits and they are hardly chased. Secondly, voltage regulation modules for Ventus series video cards are cooled not by a common but by a separate small-sized radiator. It is possible that the network complaints about MC burnout just appear after unsuccessful attempts to get an extra couple of % of performance. The main advantages: factory overclocking, low noise cooling system, does not need a powerful SU. Minuses: poor VRM cooling, volume memory without stock. 6th place. Best graphics cards from 300 to 600 lower high-end. Palette GeForce RTX 2060 Superjet Stream. For model NI 6206 SD19P to 1061J. As you know, the GeForce RTX 2060 Super Graphics processor surpassed the regular RTX 2070, which is why Nvidia produced the latter and turned. And we recall this fact due to the fact that Palette did not send printed circuit boards of its accelerators on the RTX 2070 but began to use them in the manufacture of video cards on the RTX 2060 Super. Unlike many competitors, Benelli updated the corresponding product line without bothering to improve simplified PCBs. Moreover, the company clearly decided to create the ultimate version of the middle-class accelerator and equip the model in question with the RTX 2080 Jetstream premium cooling system. The solution is promising, allowing you to overclock the card, but overall 3 slots. Of the other cool features, the advanced power system deserves mention: 8 phases for the GPU, 2 for the memory. As a result, the recommended video card even bypasses the red models on the Radeon RX 5700 XT, although the reference version of the accelerator on the GeForce RTX 2060 Super is slightly inferior to them. The main advantages: flagship cooling and power systems, excellent performance, further overclocking, relatively quiet operation under load. Minuses: specific noise from fans in the mode with stops, large dimensions. 7th place. Sapphire Pulse RX 5700 XT8G for model 11293-0120G. In the summer of 2019, the Reds introduced 2 very decent graphics processors and allowed their partners to produce video cards based on them with an alternative PCB design and a proprietary cooling system. Now fans of accelerators based on AMD chips no longer need to endure the increased noise which inevitably accompanied the operation of the turbine. Sapphire took the most attractive chance faster than anyone and tried to squeeze the maximum out of the situation. Quiet SO to medium loads, additional cooling of memory and VRM, metal backplate, reliable components, an improved power subsystem, factory overclocking. The Pulse RX 5700 XT8G graphics card is a sight for sore eyes. And also the price is so nice. The appearance of Super in the green caused a natural decrease in the cost of the previous generation Nvidia processors, which did not allow AMD to ask too much. The recommended video card will suit absolutely any picky gamer looking at the game world through a 4K monitor. Main advantages: excellent performance, dual BIOS, additional factory overclocking. Minuses: noticeable noise at maximum load. Power consumption is higher than that of direct competitors. 8th place. GeForce RTX 2060 Ventus XS 6GB 1710 mHz. As we noted above, using ray tracing technology is impractical even within this price segment due to a too strong drop in performance. If you need a newfangled chip and the budget is slightly limited, you have to consider options starting with video cards based on GeForce RTX 2060 XPS, and we consider the overclocked MC accelerators from the Ventus line to be the best choice among them. Yes, they make noise at the maximum speed of the cooling system fans, but the latter has such a large margin of strength that the 50 impeller speed provides the card with a quite comfortable temperature regime and does not put pressure on the owner's ears. Actually, the weak link of the recommended model is only a simplified power scheme for two, as well as a modest individual heatsink for VRM modules. If RTX functions are not used, the accelerator provides pliable FPS in 4K and is absolutely comfortable when using monitors with a lower resolution. Main advantages: sufficient performance for 4K. There is hardware support for ray tracing. Minuses: simplified power scheme for 2 in phases and only one 8-pin connector. There is no version with a DVI port. Noticeable heating and noise at maximum load. 9th place. The best graphics cards from 600 to 900 high-end. Gigabyte RTX 2070 Super Gaming OC. For model GVN207 Gaming OC 8G fans play with almost no FPS limit, but in relative silence and without a stove they have to look at video cards with 3 fan cooling systems underfoot. The best in this segment we consider the Gigabyte accelerators from the Gaming OC line, and that's why. In addition to the obvious benefits of an additional fan, a new type of composite heat pipes helps to efficiently dissipate the released heat energy to their radiators. A dynamic control system for its power also contributes to the fight against accelerator overheating, which independently determines how much VRM should be used at the current load full 8-2 circuit. As a result, we have one of the coldest and quietest graphics cards based on the GeForce RTX 2070 Super GPU, which can give you the pleasure of playing at maximum speeds in 4K resolution. The main advantages: excellent performance, quiet and cool, dynamic power management system, 4-year-old warranty, SLI mode support. Minuses: large dimensions. 10th place. Best graphics cards priced at 900 upper high end. MC GeForce RTX 2080 Ti Gaming X Trio. 11GB 1755 MHz. To date, the most solid margin of performance are graphics cards based on GeForce RTX 2080 Ti XPS. The potential of such accelerators is so high that it makes it possible to sacrifice several percent of their computing power almost painlessly in order to reduce operating noise to a comfortable level. If you do not rush from one extreme to the other, extreme acceleration or silence, then the best offer can be considered a model range of Gaming X Trio video cards in the performance of MC. Rumors about the PCB burnout of this brand are based on real facts that have occurred with representatives of other company lines. The same Ventus XS with simplified power and an ill-conceived VRM cooling system. Here, the radiator is in contact with all the warming elements, and there are exactly as many phases of power supply as provided by the reference card circuit. Main advantages: top performance, good overclocking potential, thoughtful cooling system, effective 3-zone illumination. Minuses: weight and dimensions. There are reviews about the whistle of chokes at maximum load. High price. Models in the line: MC GeForce RTX 2080 Ti Gaming X Trio. 11GB 1755 MHz. MC GeForce RTX 2080 Ti Gaming Trio. 11GB 1635 MHz.